Hello, welcome back. It is going to be a heck of a day today. It is beautiful. I haven't been out here in a week, and I'm so excited to be out here. Gotta let the hair down. It is like freaking 55, 60 degrees right now. I'm gonna have to take off this sweater. Got lots to do today. I ordered some beds. It's funny how small they came. Some garden beds. Look how small these boxes are. This is going to be one of my garden beds. Anyways, I don't know how they're going to be. I actually bought them off TikTok. First time I ever bought something off TikTok. We're going to see how that goes. I'm going to finish up the greenhouse. I got stuff planted in some seed jugs. I'm going to do a video on that as well. It is super exciting to be out here today. Man, it's hot. I got to take this off. Anyways, y'all come along with me, all right? Look at these guys. Not a bad haul. I think a lot of times if you don't pick them up, the eggs, on a regular basis, the chickens, there's chickens in there that will eat them. So it's really good to pick them up. I didn't see any evidence of that today because we have some brooding hens. So they really protect. I have like out of that group of 30, I think I have probably a good 4 or 5 that brood. And so they sit on them and they protect them. But it's not as good as normal. I was expecting probably 4 18 packs, but it is what it is today. Not bad. Um, on the way out here, I was talking to myself a little bit, and I was thinking about content creation and just in general. By the way, I really love TikTok. It's been a fantastic platform. I've been on it about a week or so now. I've had an account for a long time, but I actually started putting effort into it about a week ago. Thank you for all the follows. I think I'm up to like almost 500 by the time this video hits. Um, but with content creation, I think they're doing something right. And I think what people don't realize is making content is only a small part of the community. I think the big part of the community is what you provide to others. So if you're kind of a narcissist person, you're probably not going to do very well, with the exception of like having really exceptional content or being exceptionally beautiful. Or, but if you're just like a normal person and you're not a narcissist, you're going to have a hard time because what I found, especially with TikTok, is the more you give, the more you receive. So every day I go through and I look at people's content and I like it. I try to comment on something, positive comment, positive feedback. Like, hey man, maybe you should try a mic. My daughter got this mic and I've tried it and it's changed the game of me making videos. It's not mine, but eventually I'll buy one. Um, but providing some kind of positive feedback, and I think that's really the value you can bring to a social platform is being a consumer of content, but a provider of comments and likes. And the more you do that, the more you are a productive member of that society. And plus, you get some really good friends out of it. I've met some really nice people already. I didn't realize how big this community was. I'm still relatively new. I've had this farm for a couple of years, but I'm still relatively new to like the homestead community and actually gardening. But I've latched on really, really, really good and quickly, and I'm really enjoying it. So thank you. But yeah, I'm going to do some work today. Follow along. It's great. All right, so I got these. I expected them to be not delivered, missing an amount, but I ordered 8, and I think they were $34 a piece. And I did some math in my head with wood, and I've always done wood beds. I say always, but the few beds I've done have been wood, and I do like wood. It's more natural. It looks good. But the problem is, I noticed it over a couple of years. It cracks. It gets rotted and whatnot. So I was like, you know what? Let me look at metal beds, and I found these, and I was like, for $35 a piece, even if the size is not ideal, I do want bigger beds. But for right now, I just need to get a good amount of types so I can do various types of seeds. Because a lot of times what I do is one bed that is like 16 foot by 4 foot, and that's kind of what I had in the design originally. And I still may do some of those, but for right now, I think I want to do smaller beds. And so these are quite tiny, but the more I think about it, I could do more and more variety this way. So I'm actually kind of digging the size on these. They're not as advertised. They made them look massive on there, but still, they're probably about 4.5, maybe 5 foot long, and what, a foot and a half, maybe 2 foot wide. That's not bad for a bed, you know. And I got this whole space out here to do. So, anyways, they're going together real easy. They have these little wing nuts and screws. I don't know how long this will probably stick. I may go back through and just kind of spray them with a little bit of glue adhesive um, to make them stay. I think they might get a little wobbly over time, but maybe not. Maybe they'll rust and they'll. That would be actually good if they rust a little bit and then they stick, because I can see them kind of coming loose. But other than that, it's not bad. It's actually pretty thick gauge. It's got these little pieces that kind of hold it together from bowing out. So I think they did a really good job in such a small package. I think they nailed it, man. Let's see. Let me finish building one and I'll let you know. So these things are going together exceptionally well. One feature that I'm really liking is they don't let you put them on incorrectly. So I tried to put it on just now. Here, let me show you. And it wouldn't work. So I was just trying to put it on this way, thinking I had this bed right side up, but it's upside down because of the little clips where the things go, and it doesn't line up. So they're pretty much dummy proof. I didn't even look at the instructions. I'm just trying to blindly put them together.
A few moments later.
So maybe I should write the instructions. So it looks like the two center pieces here require a brace top and bottom. So no big deal. All right, that's one. Ooh, let's move this guy out the way because I'll get some barbed wire in my ass. So that's it, man. So I am 5'11", and I can fit inside. So it's a great thing if you want to bury bodies, I guess. Great size for that if you're that kind of guy. I'm just kidding. Anyway, so I built this one in about 15-20 minutes. So I got 7 more to do. I'm assuming I'm going to get a little bit faster, but who knows? Let's see how they look in the garden here. I think I can just do one row right here, and I think that is going to be all right, guys. I gotta say, I'm impressed so far. I'm impressed with it came quickly. The communication was good. It came through Amazon, which is a safe vendor. The payment was safe. It was through my PayPal, not PayPal. The payment was Venmo, and Venmo's great because we sell eggs on Venmo, so I have all this money in Venmo, and I don't know what to do with it because I can't take it out. I mean, I guess I could, but it didn't make much sense. So yeah, I think I might be a big fan of the TikTok store, guys. Let's do it. Let's do all the rest of 7. I had a thought about dexterity, like finger dexterity. I remember I had a job. One of the tests they do is dexterity, and they make you take these little bolts or these little washers and put them on a bolt. So you're sitting at a desk, and it's got like this wood panel with a bunch of bolts on it, and you got to take them off one bolt and put them on the other. I thought it was the dumbest test, but they did that. Did this as a test for pre-employment, and I guess it's in case you get hurt, they can prove that your dexterity didn't get any worse, because then you got to redo the test if you get hurt or something like that. I think that's why they did it. But I was like, I'm super, like I was like super competitive with it, and I didn't realize how important finger dexterity is. I think as you get older, I noticed my fingers aren't working as good. Like I could probably do this a lot faster 10 years ago, but I still do quite a bit of stuff with my fingers, so I think it'll be all right. But I am kind of slow. I was hoping to get this down to about 10 minutes and finish in about an hour, but you know, if I can do that, then I'll be done in an hour. If I don't, then I'll be done in like an hour and a half, 2 hours, which I had planned on doing that much anyways. But anyways, let me get back to it. All right. Well, this is number 3. I think they go probably with the braces higher down on the downside. And I'm wondering how much to space these guys. Probably, I think I want at least to be able to have a wheelbarrow to get in between them. Because once they get taller, the fruit or vegetable gets taller, most likely to be a vegetable. Yeah, that's looking all right. Look at that greenhouse in the background. Last one. So I made an executive decision to take the camera and let it charge for a little bit, and then just gave me some time to work my shirt off, enjoy the sun, and then just sit around a little bit. I didn't feel like rushing through this. I was kind of making jokes about how quick can I do it, but then I realized I'm out here on this beautiful day, and it's like, why am I rushing again? I got 8 of them, and I think, let me see here, 1, 2, about 3. I don't know exactly how to put them in here, but 1, 2, 3. I think depending on how big the bush gets on the plant, bush, uh, it just really depends. I don't know. It looks pretty good. What do y'all think?
A few moments later.
So what I did last time, through all that, it was cold and it was rainy and it was like it just was miserable to shoot out here. So I didn't really do a good job videotaping. I messed up a little bit, so you can't really see it at the angle you're at. But I need to move this thing over because I didn't really measure the size, and so I just started, putting stuff on here, and that's fine. But I have 4 panels, and I'm going to use just 4 panels for the top. These guys right down here, instead of buying some more and wasting more money. I think I can make do. What I'm going to do is move over this top about 6 inches, and then I'm just going to run a piece of wood on each side, and then that'll be kind of the clear area for this. So that's what you're going to see me doing here. I hope that makes sense. It probably doesn't. I'm kind of rambling, but whatever. We'll get it done. Okay, let me show you a little bit. Let me show you a little bit here. So now you can kind of see that it's even on both sides. Before, this board wasn't here, and there's a little bit of a space. So I can either buy an extra panel and then chop it all to hell, or honestly, I don't really need the whole thing to be plastic. I think that's going to be good enough. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm just going to put these little boards here, and it'll increase the strength of the frame. And then I'll start putting those plastic pieces on as a test fit. Let's get it done. Well, I don't know if you could tell from the time lapse, but this shit just broke. And I think part of it was because I had too much weight on this little lip part right here. So not 100% sure what I'm going to do about this, but I think I'm going to try and fix it. Just don't know how yet. So I'm going to play around with it. Dang, it was going so well. And that's the drawback of working with scraps. Sometimes you get craps. Let me see what I can do here. All right, so I had these little metal, I don't even know what they're for. I guess pipes or something. You can mount them against the wall. Not sure how well you can see them, but I'm gonna flatten them out and then just create a little brace over the both front and top. That way it kind of enforces it. And just the one brace is actually holding it right now. So I think that'll work. Like I said, it's all scraps, so we'll see. I really shouldn't be allowed to play with power tools. Every single time I hurt myself. Almost every time. Good thing I'm a medic. I'm gonna fix this up. And a little first aid kit. This is just a little podunk one. It's not very advanced, but it has the basics in there. And really what you want is something to stop bleeding, something to clean cuts with, I also keep a tourniquet in my truck, and I think everybody should, because honestly, tourniquets really do save lives. But so I went through my finger on this. This really hurts. The tool went all the way through my finger. I don't know if you want to see that or not. I probably shouldn't show it, but um, it's not that big of a deal as far as the. There's nothing nobody can do about it other than um, keep it from getting infected, and I can do that myself. So I'm gonna clean it up real good. I wish I had some betadine in here, which I don't think I do. I got some little towelettes. I'm gonna get my hands real clean and then kind of bandage it up a little bit. But basically, what I was doing, the tool went when I was screwing it in. I just lost grip and it just slipped through my finger, and it went inside. Didn't hit the bone. It went inside and kind of skirted on the outside. Not 100% sure I'm going to show this online, but just in case, you know, you don't freak out. Like it's a wound. It hurts, but it was my fault. You know, I'm not going to go crying to a doctor to get it fixed. As long as it can stay not infected. That's really what you get from cuts. And being out here, you know, it's dirty. There's poop everywhere, animal poop and stuff. So really, really clean it good. Almost done. All right, so just in case I can't show any of that or it gets taken down, which I think it does. I can't. I don't think I can show injuries or stuff like that. But I cut my finger. Um, I was drilling and the drill slipped in and went through my finger. It went in one side and out the other. It's going to be okay. It's not a big deal. It'll heal on its own. I cleaned it out really well, and now I'm going to get back to work. So I got to say that was way more complicated than it needed to be. So the wind started blowing and it started ripping some of the pieces off, and so it got kind of ripped. And then once I got everything stabilized, I was like, you know what, I'll just get my chop saw, just run down it, because that's what I use for the aluminum roof sometimes. But I forgot I changed the blade out the other day, and that's just a regular wood blade, not a multi-purpose blade, and it just shredded this first piece. Um, but then I went and got my hand snips and kind of snipped it along, and it'll be all right. I'll get some sandpaper and kind of rough out the edges a little bit. So I think this is going to be all right. I think I have enough to make a front piece, probably about 2 foot or so, and then I'll just build. I'll see if I can go through that pallet section and find some wood um, that'll stretch this far. It's like I want to say about 9, maybe 10 foot from post to post here. So I don't know if I have anything that long over there, but I'll look around before I buy anything. As of right now, this greenhouse, all I spent on it was stain, which is about $45, and then $17 a piece for these. Oh, I keep calling them mylar, but hold on, they have a name on them. They're not mylar. They are called PAL Rough, PVC Iron Wave Clear. So whatever the hell that means. Um, but yeah, I have enough to do the front, and then once I figure out exactly where the plastic is going to be, then I can take the plastic back off, and then restain everything. So I'm in it about 120 bucks right now for a greenhouse. That's not bad. That's not bad considering greenhouses are thousands of dollars, and this is going to work just fine. So all right, I'm going to put the rest of the screws in it, and then I'm going to clean up. I think I'm pretty much done for the day, but my finger kind of hurts, so I don't really want to work anymore. It really kind of deterred me. So, but I'm going to see what I can do here. And then I don't want to get too far along because I might rush trying to get pieces on the bottom, and I want to take my time over there. And I may spend some time this afternoon just looking through the pallets over there, see what I can come up with, or maybe checking my scrap pile over there and seeing what I got. I may just buy 2 10-foot pieces of board and put them down here. I mean, that's probably going to be the best bet. You know, I've cheaped out enough on this thing as it is. So let me see what I can do here. I'll finish up and clean up, and then we'll get going. All right. Well, thank y'all for making so much noise. Appreciate you. So I think what I'm going to do is do some 1x6s on the bottom to run across maybe about halfway up, and then the last half I'm going to build a frame much like this one on the top section that'll fold down with a couple hinges. I think that's how I'm going to solve this issue of how am I going to get in there, or how I'm going to open it, which is there's a bunch of issues that, as you can see, if I just try to put the plastic on the top, that's going to cause. So I think I know what I'm going to do, but I need some more stuff. But we are definitely going the right direction. So I think I'm going to get cleaned up. The sun's going down. Um, Well, I don't have the microphone. It went dead on me, but I think this will be okay for the little ending clip here. Today was a little bit of a rough day. I got stung by a bee. I drove a drill to my finger, but we did get some work done, and that's always good. So I look forward to being out here next time. I got the whole weekend. Hopefully the weather will be nice. Family can come out. I think I have the whole weekend. My wife might have plans for me, but who knows. Anyways, thanks for watching. Y'all have a good night, and I'll see you on the next one.